Never eat turmeric. With these 4 foods, it can cause serious health problems. All right, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you were doing something great for your health, only to realize later that it could be making things worse? That's exactly what happened to me the first time I mixed turmeric with milk. And oh boy, it did not go well. Now we all know turmeric is a superstar in the health world, right? It's that golden powder everyone's raving about for its anti-inflammatory powers, skin benefits, and ability to boost your metabolism. Heck, people are throwing it in everything from their morning smoothies to their lattes, hoping to feel like superheroes. And I get it. I've been there too. But here's the thing. Not every food or drink is a perfect match for turmeric. In fact, there are certain foods and combinations that can completely mess with its magic and even cause some serious health problems. You probably don't want to learn this the hard way like I did. So today, I'm about to save you some serious stomach aches, discomfort, and maybe even a trip to the doctor by sharing the 4 foods you should never mix with turmeric. Trust me, you're going to want to know this. Stick around, because after this, you'll know exactly what to avoid to make sure you're getting the most out of your turmeric without any of the nasty side effects. Part 1. Turmeric and Dairy. The unexpected digestion disaster. Let's kick things off with something you might have tried, turmeric with dairy. I'll admit, I used to be obsessed with this combination. You've probably seen it too, that cozy golden milk latte you can find in all the health cafes. Or maybe you toss a bit of turmeric into your morning smoothie with yogurt, thinking it's a great way to boost your health. I get it. It sounds like a power-packed breakfast, right? But here's the catch. As much as I love the idea, this combo is actually a digestive nightmare for some people. You see, dairy, especially when it's combined with turmeric, can cause some serious issues for your stomach. Why? Well, dairy contains proteins that can actually block your body's ability to absorb turmeric's most powerful component, curcumin. Curcumin is what gives turmeric all its anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and healing properties. But when you mix it with dairy, it just doesn't get absorbed as well. So what you're left with is a lot of wasted potential, and for some of us, a bloated, gassy stomach, or worse, indigestion. Let me tell you, I found that out the hard way. After I had my turmeric latte, I felt pretty good at first. But about an hour later, let's just say my stomach wasn't too thrilled with me. That uncomfortable, bloated feeling was not worth it. I stopped using dairy with turmeric, and guess what? My stomach finally started to feel better. Now, I'm not saying dairy is the enemy. It's great in a lot of ways, but when it comes to turmeric, you might want to think twice. If you're looking for a smoother experience with turmeric, I recommend switching out the milk for something lighter, like almond milk or coconut milk. These non-dairy alternatives don't interfere with turmeric's absorption, and your stomach will thank you for it. Part 2. Turmeric and sugar. The sweetness that sours your health. Now let's talk about something I'm sure a lot of you are guilty of, pairing turmeric with sugar. It's so easy to do, right? Maybe you add turmeric to your dessert recipes, like cookies or cakes, or sweeten your turmeric tea. And hey, a little sweetness never hurt anyone, right? Well, unfortunately, when it comes to turmeric, sugar isn't the best match. Here's the thing. Turmeric's health benefits come from its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. But when you add sugar into the mix, things get tricky. Sugar has been shown to increase inflammation in your body, and the problem here is that the more inflammation you have, the less effective turmeric's anti-inflammatory properties will be. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. It just doesn't work. I'll be honest. I used to add a little honey or sugar to my turmeric tea to make it taste better. But I noticed something weird after a while. I wasn't feeling the same benefits I had felt when I started using turmeric. My energy wasn't as consistent, and I felt sluggish. Once I cut back on the sugar, it was like a light bulb went off. The anti-inflammatory power of turmeric started kicking in again, and I felt much more balanced throughout the day. So here's my advice. Try cutting out the added sugar when you use turmeric. If you absolutely need a sweetener, Try something more natural, like raw honey or stevia. That way, you're not sabotaging the benefits of turmeric with sugar's inflammatory effects. Trust me, your body will thank you. Part 3. Turmeric and high-heat foods. The heat that kills curcumin. All right, let's talk about something that I'm sure a lot of people aren't even thinking about. Turmeric and high-heat cooking. Now, I've been guilty of this too. I used to add turmeric to all kinds of stir-fries and toss it into my grilled veggies, thinking I was doing my body a favor. After all, turmeric is healthy, right? So, it should be perfect for any dish. Well, I was wrong. Here's the issue. Curcumin, the compound in turmeric that gives it all its superpowers, is very sensitive to heat. And when you expose it to high temperatures, like when you're frying or grilling, it can break down and lose much of its potency. So instead of reaping the anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and even cancer-fighting benefits, you're left with a much weaker version of turmeric, not what you want when you're trying to get the full benefits. Let me put it this way. Imagine you have a really important ingredient in your recipe, like a secret sauce, and you throw it in the oven at a super high temperature. By the time the food is done, that secret sauce is all gone. That's what's happening to curcumin when you cook turmeric at too high a temperature. It's pretty much disappearing before it even has a chance to do its job in your body. I learned this the hard way when I used to add turmeric to my stir-fries. I thought I was doing something great for my health, but after a few weeks, I wasn't feeling any different. Then, I learned the truth. Cooking turmeric at high heat can cause all the health benefits to evaporate right along with the steam from the pan. So, what should you do instead? Here's the trick. Add turmeric to dishes after cooking, or keep the cooking temperature low. That way, you're preserving all of turmeric's amazing properties. I now sprinkle turmeric into my soups and smoothies after the cooking process, and it's made a world of difference. My body feels the impact, and my meals still taste delicious. Part 4. Turmeric and medications. The dangerous interactions you didn't know about. Now this is a big one, and it's something I think a lot of people overlook, turmeric and medications. I know a lot of you might be thinking, but turmeric is natural, it can't be that bad, right? And while I totally agree that turmeric is incredible for our health, it doesn't mean it's always safe to mix it with everything, especially if you're on medication. For instance, turmeric can interfere with medications that affect blood clotting, like blood thinners. If you're on something like warfarin, adding too much turmeric to your diet could increase the risk of bleeding. That's a pretty serious concern, right? I had no idea that something so simple could pose a risk until I spoke with my doctor and realized that turmeric can actually amplify the effects of these medications. And it's not just blood thinners. It can also interact with diabetes medications, causing your blood sugar levels to drop too low. Definitely something to keep in mind if you're managing diabetes. One of my friends had a personal experience with this. She started adding turmeric to everything, thinking it was the miracle supplement, but she was also on blood pressure meds and blood thinners. Over time, she noticed her blood pressure dropping unexpectedly. She wasn't connecting the dots until her doctor warned her about the potential interaction between her meds and turmeric. It was a wake-up call for her, and for me too. The bottom line is this. If you're on any prescription medication, especially those that affect blood sugar or blood clotting, please talk to your doctor before you start taking turmeric regularly. It's not that turmeric is dangerous, but when combined with certain medications, it can create unintended effects. Always be cautious and consult a healthcare professional before making any changes to your supplement routine. Trust me, I've learned the importance of this firsthand. Conclusion: turmeric is a superfood, but use it wisely. All right, so let's do a quick recap. We've covered the 4 food combinations you should never mix with turmeric: dairy, sugar, high-heat foods, and medications. I know it's a lot to think about, but trust me, this is important stuff if you want to get the full benefits of turmeric without dealing with any unpleasant side effects. Here's the thing. Turmeric is a powerhouse when it comes to supporting your health. It can help reduce inflammation, fight free radicals, and even support brain function. I've felt the positive effects firsthand, and I know many of you have too. But just like any good thing, turmeric has to be used wisely. It's all about pairing it with the right foods and understanding how your body reacts to it. The key is balance. I used to think I could just throw turmeric into anything and everything without thinking about how it might interact with other foods or medications. But after experiencing the discomfort and reading more about the science behind it, I realized that sometimes the way we use it can actually cancel out the benefits, or, in some cases, cause harm. It's kind of like adding too much salt to a dish. Even something as healthy as turmeric can become a problem if you're not careful. So here's my biggest takeaway. Pay attention to how you're using turmeric. Experiment with it in different ways and see what works best for your body. If you're going to use turmeric in smoothies or lattes, try non-dairy milks. Skip the sugar or use natural sweeteners. Keep the cooking temperature low, and most importantly, always check with your doctor if you're on medication before you start adding turmeric to your routine. Remember, turmeric is an amazing natural remedy, but like anything, it's all about balance and awareness. With the right knowledge, you can unlock all the incredible benefits it has to offer without any of the downsides. Thanks for sticking around and learning about this with me today. I hope this video helped you think about turmeric in a new way and gave you the tools you need to use it safely and effectively. If you've had any experiences with turmeric, good or bad, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more health tips. Stay healthy, stay mindful, and keep taking care of yourself.